I don't think... I doubt we'll finish today. But we're gonna try our damnedest. We're gonna try our freaking best over here. Welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. We need to look at our session notes because I haven't played this game for a month. Alright. It's almost time when you're in the end. Last time you found Meriadark, the star witness you've been looking for all campaign. He told you about this invisible smoking person who entered into the pillar. As crazy as it sounds, you're certain you need to follow. You need to find a way into the Pillar of Jor. Last time, human, we found... Oh, I forget the name, but it was like that. It was like a weird tentacle monster. And we became its patron. Or it is our patron now. We signed a contract with it so that it would give us like knowledge. So it's like we're its warlock now. If that makes sense. Yeah. And I will not be doing the voices today because I am tired. So, if you were watching on YouTube and you enjoyed the voices before, I probably won't do them. But watch me completely go back on that because, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, last time we... Oh my god. What the hell? You approach the ominous iron door. You place across the surface a piece of paper covered in ancient writing. A seal? This is freaking me out. Feels as if I really should not mess with the piece of paper. It looks very easy to rip. These are cells. Perhaps the drawers threw their biggest enemies inside there and locked the doors tightly. Cells with a soul. I've heard of these. The angel speaks into your mind. A prison made by Anticipalian folk. Look around the crevices of the door underneath along the sides. Press your head against the ground, against the walls. You see clearly this door does not lead anywhere. It is not tightly sealed, nor is it very fastened against the end of the tunnel. It is simply an iron door set upright against the wall. Oh, that's actually freaky. Feels cursed at minimum. It is, in fact, a magical way of capturing creatures, not cursed. Sounds cursed to me. Does it sound cursed to you? Does not sound cursed to me. Well, it sounds cursed to me. Something's inside. Talking to the door. Hello! Your voice echoes down the tunnel. The angel beside you appears to freeze midair, her eyes focused on the iron door. Then after several seconds you hear... There is someone here. Her light voice dances in the air. It gives you chills. I'm the cleric. Who are you? There's silence for a while longer. Cleric is etched into your very soul. When the voice says, it's been long. I see not, I feel not, yet you are here, you beyond the door. I have a favor to ask you. Sure, why not? The voice is silent for a few seconds longer. Suspense is great, I'm sure it'll just... Please save my husband. Oh! Catch a glimpse of the goblin giving you a word expression. I know not who you are, I do not speak your tongue, the strings grant me these few words. They broke his soul into paper. He made a grave mistake, but this punishment is beyond cruel. They wanted him to see the end of the world, to lose everything. I love my foolish, petty, wonderful husband. I don't care about this. Shut up, the goblin hisses you. We will help, don't worry. My fate is written. The voice fades beyond the door. Lady, we'll get you out of there. She really tugged at his heartstrings. Please break him out. Break the paper. Speak his name, please. Save my Isk Urum. The pleading voice then stops. Lady? Hello? Nothing. Jeez. That was something else. I think I understand. Woman in distress. You need to help. There's no doubt. Yeah, let's look into this. Right at here, we have to, behind you, the angel is shivering. A glittering dust falls from her halo as it spins erratically. Her voice enters your mind, stuttering. What, is she crying? This is a travesty. Agreed. Her body shakes in the air. To speak through an iron door takes a heavy toll. She has truly been in there for millennia, then her soul is already withered. You must break the seal, cleric. We must save Iskurum. Look at the symbols. You lean in, checking them closely. The symbol is clearly magical in nature, a glyph. Let's rip the seals. As your fingers touch the paper, the symbol upon its surface light up just for a split second. Then all at once, as your fingers drag through it, the paper crumbles into bright white ash. Nothing appears to happen with this door. Snell looks at the dissolving dust, then to you. I hope you know what you're doing. She will rest. She deserves it. A sprinkle of golden dust falls from her many, many eyes. Let us save him. Yes. Always, Snell, always. Sure, I believe you. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to save him, but okay. is like my real D&D game that I haven't played in months. It do be like that sometimes. How the hell do I get out? You approach the iron door on a paper carrying a symbol. Look closely, or it looks like a flame. Heat radiating. Is it just me, or is that door a bit hot? An elemental, the angel sends you a message. Your goblin companion takes a step away from it. A faint sound like a whisper in the tunnel. Mortal. Don't say anything, just sweat. I wish for you to know my peril. I am Baldur, the one of the pearled flame. I have been trapped here for many eras. As the top of Freedy of the Crimson Cord, I would go to heavens and hells to serve you if you only destroy the seal which holds me. Maybe I'll look into this later. Do I unlock these? Let me look at this one. Speak to the door. Hello? Code 10. Voice is rough, military. Cornetsi nectar. Try. Can you speak any Diminorian like human language? You hear a grunt. Hear that annoyance clear even through the language barrier. Oh, I can't read all that. Thank you, bestie. The voice fades. There's a devil inside you, Cleric. While I'm unable to communicate myself through the gate, I can tell you that he is annoyed and would wish to speak with you properly. Perhaps comprehend languages would help. He would seem to be able to understand Diminorian well enough. Sure. Cast a spell, then comprehensible words emerging from the chatter of a foreign tongue. Let the spell activate. Waiting so long. Can you understand me now? Perfect clarity. Yes! A heavy exhale. Relief. Good, good. Now listen. I am a prisoner here, not by the Tulin cattle, but by the mad wizard who roams this cursed place. He, by some feat of my own idiocy, managed to trick me into his cursed cell. By now, my soul has all but burned into the void inside, so please rip the seal and kill me. I owe you quite a great deal if you did. Mad wizard? A man of House Hagenshags. He went mad years ago, taken by the beyond, surely by now. I came to these ruins via the undercoast seal, although avoid you humans above. Yet the trophy promised me was but a ruse. No offense, but I'm not one to ever put my hope in a human again. None taken. I hate humans. A self-loathing human. Oh, how the times have changed. I decided what to do. Oh? Will you kill me, human? His voice is calm, patient. Yeah, I'll break the seal. Thank you. Gratitude is actually genuine. A lovely guy. Break the seal, set me free. You grab the paper and you rip it. It tears easily. Too easily. The seal shatters. Light erupts. Not flame, not smoke. It's spirit. It rushes past you into your mind. Don't let it in. Am I about to be fucking possessed? Shield the mind. Oh, dude. Spirit passes. You feel it brush against your soul, but it doesn't take hold. Your will is too strong. Wonderful. Thank you, human. Then you hear a faint cackling laugh, a whisper fading into nothing. Well, that's fucking ominous. Let it fade. Door now stands cold, empty. The devil is gone. I didn't just doom someone, did I? It's possible. The angel offers no comfort. Snell steps up and taps you on the back. I wouldn't worry about it. Now can we go? Yeah. Let's just open all the doors, fuck it. Let's be a little messy with it. Yo. Anyway. What do you want? Silence. Then you will free me. A word explodes from the door. Heat washes over you. Not a question of command. How arrogant. Maybe. Maybe. The Afridi composes itself. You must listen. I have the power to grant you more than anything else of the mystical nature ever could. Could you be my friend? That could be negotiated. Not worth it. Break the seal, free me, then I should grant you a great service. Okay. Grab the paper. Heat surges, burning. Yes, yes, break it. The Afridi roars with triumph. Free me, mortal. I'll bear the pain. Oh. Shit. Oh, it's a success. Never mind. You must. The seal resists for a moment. The paper feels hard as steel. Then you see little cracks. We're gonna break it. Paper explodes into ash and flame. Yes, I am. The voice cuts off. Not gradually, like instantly. Like a candle snuffed, it is gone. The door grows cold. Silent. Is it dead? It was a spirit. Now that spirit is gone. The seal was the only thing keeping it intact. The seal is gone. The Afridi is gone with it. Let's touch the door. Cold iron. No heat, no life. Dude, I am fucking this guy's house up. I'm freeing all the spirits that you got here. Sorry, pal. doobie ribbon seals. Approach the round door. Upon the surface, a single piece of paper clings to metal. This one, a crude drawing showing 3 creatures, a lion, a goat, and a snake. Oh, there's a chimera in here. It'd be nice to have a language that just shows pictures of what you're talking about. I like the goat. Which one do you like, dear? The angel leans in. I enjoy the lion myself. It's a prideful creature. You also notice a crack in the door. It's small, found in between several large pieces of shells. Through the crack. Press your helmet against the crevice crack, peering through the narrow gap between the ironstone. Darkness, then. Movement. Eyes. 3 sets of eyes, glowing faintly in the black. One pair burns with amber fire, another gleams with an unsettling blankness. The third, cold and reptilian, all watching. Something's alive in there, more than one. Of course, the goblin size. Why wouldn't there be? You like lions, Ed here? The catfolk of Ascani have always fascinated me. The architecture is beautiful. You should get a cat then as a pet. Slavery is illegal in Norway, Cleric. I meant the animal, not the folk. Oh, I see. If I had time, then perhaps one day, your many eyes glare at you. Like the goats now? Yeah, it's a nice drawing. I have no personal issue with the goats. Lions and snakes, though, dangerous. Don't like that. Though you like catfolk. Catfolk are great. Lions, not so much. Now can we leave this thing alone? No, I'm gonna rip the seal. You reach for the paper. Your fingers brush the crude drawing. The movement, the moment you touch it, pain. Esoteric energy surges through your right arm like lightning. Damn. But you cannot stop now. It is already in your hand. Yeah, we're gonna push through. Oh yeah. Grit your teeth, ignore it. Your palm flat against the seal, the energy fights back, burning, searing. You hold. The paper begins to crack, glowing light, lines split across its surface, and it crumbles into ash. Nothing happens with the door, it remains shut. Appears whatever was inside has been lost along with the seal. That was awful. Oh, this is hope this is okay. Well, I guess it's time to get out then. We ebbing. Is this the way out? Whoa! What the hell? Divinitorum. Ascon, Fortress. Oh, this is like a map. Souls Pass, Hill Forest, Regions. Your homeland. Various dragon thrones of Eldiminor. Jor's Point. What's this? Step out onto the little lines. It's faintly lit, the chamber collapsed. Rubble strewn across its surface. When you see a slice 1/8 of a greater hole, it's a map. Of Ascani, yes. Damn. However, it's old. Mountains and rivers alone do not align with any modern day interpretation. Despite that, the shape of the coastline, of course, the ever-standing fortress of Verdun shows it clearly. This is Ascani during the era of Snailfolk. Oh, there's so much. You seeing this shit? I sure am. It's a map, right? You are correct, my goblin friend. It gives you an uncomfortable look. Careful, don't be so mushy. Must be thousands of years old. Look at the little snail people on it. Edgar's main eyes glance over it, lighting with a slight sacred flame. Early Fade era. Right, you were alive back then. The realm is young, Cleric. The 5 dragons each were older than anything born on Jor. Remember that. Said that the rebel is covering Divinitorum. Yes, it would have been interesting to see their view on my homeland. I believe our domain would be considered approximately 3/4 of the Divinitorum landscape at this point in history. Acquired and not centralized into a functional state into the Divine Era. There were many centuries of infighting and disorder. You participate in any of that? Yes, no? Most of my lifetime has been spent in combat with other Celestials. Huh. Indeed. Right, very interesting. I'm sure there's scholars that would kill for an LR of this thing. Magic painting, super realistic, very popular. Meek! Oh, I forgot about Meek. Meek think it is very interesting too. Old Master had many map, though Meek never learned what they mean. Anyway. Yeah, we don't got time to look at that shit. We gots to go. Whoa. What the hell? You approach the magic circle. Each of the 4 stones around it are glowing. Glow is a universal sign of activation among magical apparatuses. This is the place. Goblin looks around. Looks clear, I think. Isk Urum. It is broken. The seal is unleashed. Watch the light rapidly expand. Bro, what? It's a snail. Snail takes a few steps back. Uh-huh. Hello up there. Dude. We got a snail friend. You then watch as the snail folk of a bygone era slams into the ground. Stare at it. Isk Urum cord puller. Ooh. Okay, we need you. You watch the creature shake and snivel, its flabby skin moving about freely, its glistening surface reflecting the light. Look at the shell. It is covered in trinkets, books, vials, and all manner of esotericals. There's no doubt. The snail knows magic. Look at the staff. It gives off a faint glow in the dark at the temple. A gate era artifact. Holy shit, that stick would go for a fortune on the market. Could you imagine pristine staff of great power left in stasis for a millennia? What a payday. Try to approach the strange snail. Hey, brother. The snail lifts his head. Floop. Excuse me? Shake your head and gesture towards your ears. Inte forsta no comprendo. Cat speech, really? This is what the Tulan cattle look like. Yalu! The snail holds up his open hand, 4 fingers stretched out, then he twists with a snap. There we go, that should be better. I always keep a tongue prepared for this specific situation. Nothing as awkward as dealing with foreign dignitaries when you've run out of jor slots. I am Isk Urum, cord puller of the Tulan Empire, master of the path, servant of Jor, lord researcher, and diplomat of peace. He's nice. He lowers his soft head all the way to the ground. I am Ragan, greetings. By Jor, do not worry, Mr. Ragan Cleric. I'm not poisonous, nor do I hold any ill will. You did not mention that. How is... Apologies, I can't help it. What? The snail is inside you. That's not the kind of phrasing I'd use, but yes. Snail squints and stares at you both. Hold on, is this some kind of wizard thing? Green one, you do not appear to be as loud on the strings as your iron friend here. Snail leans upon his staff. Oh, I love Isk, dude. I cannot help but hear everything you think, Cleric. It was Cleric, was it not? It is. And greetings to him. Ah, celestial brand. Your spirits do sure come in all shapes and sizes. What a fascinating meeting we have here. Now Snail man looks around, leaning on his staff. My mind seems to have slipped a bit. You couldn't care for some exposition. Careful what you think. You'll hear it. He hears this right now. What was the last thing you remember? His eyes are tracked close to the base as he mutters. Oh no. I was on trial. For what? I doomed us all to the flames of Esuth. It was entirely my fault. What did you do? I made a deal with the Red One, he mutters to himself, trying to remember. It is difficult to read his body language for obvious reasons. Esuth, the great dragon of Tulam, our band. I was the diplomat who enacted the plan of peace. We invited the dragon for an exchange of knowledge. Truth is, I was greedy. I wanted those strange draconic techniques. Power words. I was not alone in my hubris, nor did I set this plan in motion myself. But it was me who put it in motion. Since this is a snail as reads my mind, why do I even bother making a choice of what to say? He's listening to this right now, isn't he? Blah, 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 blah. Please stop. That's fun. Now you can annoy someone with your mind. Sorry. Ebb. So good to see you, dude. I hope you're having a good day. We're ebbing. We have no choice but to ebb. Ugh. I have given up on doing voices all the time, though, because I'm tired. Snailman looks pointedly around the room. Or at least you think he does. It's more of a gurgling sound. I'm personally responsible for the deaths of approximately 50,000 to 100,000 of my kin. Stare at him. The destruction of Tulan cattle. Yes, that is what it was. As Esuth went back on his word, he used his unorthodox magic to disrupt our many, many mages. Then he burned the entire city. The towers fell, the screams, the heat. So, like, the thing that ruined all the bases of Norvik, yes. The goblin also stares at the snailsman. The snailsman. How did you survive? Oh, the same way the rest did. We were, as they say, lucky. We were not close enough to his anti-magic, and I could resist his stunning shriek. We fled downwards. As Ethus claimed our city as his new throne, we fled even deeper. A few thousand of us, the ones who remained, we hid in... He taps his staff onto the tiles. This place is where we kept our foulest prisoners. It became a base in which we organized resistance. When were you down here? Months. It did not take long for a divide to build. So what'd you do here? Debate, mostly. One camp were for leaving entirely, another wanted to turn to Jor for guidance. I ended up wanting to leave with my wonderful Tut. Tut? Tut? He shakes his head. Sorry, no, I'm the voice who won in the end. They sought a more permanent solution to the Dragonfire through primal pagan magic. I did not believe in that for a second. They imprisoned you for inviting the dragon? That among other things. I was never the most liked snail on the coast, but they wanted an offering, someone to pin the blame on. He grows silent, his eyes shiver. Poor snail. He knows what he must face now. Failure. I believe you've been in prison here for a very long time. How long? His eyes retract as he does not want an answer to his question. Honestly, not sure. Assuming an era of dragons occurred after our reign. However, we ruled in the aftermath of the shutting of the gates. It had been 211 years since then, the year when our city burned. That is very old. After that old war with Jor when the gates had shut, that would be almost 2,000 years ago. He grips his staff, you can hear it creak. Millennia? I was in stasis for millennia? I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, it is. Good gods. His eyes shoot out, aiming around the room. He is alone. His people are long gone. I am alone. There's no one? Is there? He shakes his staff and his stalk eyes wiggle around the air. A faint glow appears as he mutters a few words to himself. I see snails, yes, but... We have a ton of snails in Norvik, but only hail snails. No. No. Is that what you made of yourselves? He stops casting the spell, his head falling towards the ground. Gurema, you fool. You led them into this primal state. Degenerative, frozen, monstrous beasts. Hail snails. Realize his terrible fate. He lets out a mad laugh. They wanted to use the primal cold to break the dragon's fire. That bastard, he led them into pure de-evolution. It is a nightmare. Oh, by Jor's grace, tell me. How did you break the stasis I was in? Your angel companion steps in. Her last thought was of you, Isguru. I think it, you, Cleric. Think about your talk at the Iron Door. Imagine it in your head now, please. She was in an iron door. They threw in an iron door for millennia. His eyes droop down towards the ground. This is so sad, dude. Oh my god. Jesus. I cannot believe it. My actions caused. I ruined my people. I brought flames. I divided them. Yet in the end, I did not even pay for my crimes of my life. Instead, I paid by standing here, alone amongst the ashes. Easkani. And touch, she endured the most torturous existence known to sentience, her soul slowly withering inside of that hellish prison. Yet after all that, in the end she, like Etir said, her last thoughts were only of you. He lets out a grunt, then a painful howl. Then he roars a deep, bubbling scream, causing his glistening flesh to vibrate. You stare at the snail. Sim, how's the dentist? When he stops, he takes his staff and slams it into the ground. I reject this string. Jorah's words do not speak of a humble nature. He broke off this world to make his own path. I will do exactly the same. Snail's going mad. Fair, really. I can't feel half my tongue. Let's go. So they did a great job, though. What are you talking about? That's at a gust of wind. I can fix this. What? Yeah, fix what? My dear Tut was destroyed by an iron door that leaves your soul in peace. He's not quite dead, not quite in existence. But I am a cord puller Isgurum. I wield strings like Jor himself. From this day on, I will no longer seek power nor achieve greatness, nor will I build empires. I will only perform one miracle. I will resurrect her, then I will pay her back 1,000-fold for her unyielding love and devotion. Yes, Celestial cleanse her fist. Pay your debt, Tulin, to her. With everything I have. Sounds like a plan. True resurrection, not easy, especially when the strings are this weak. An ebb, surely. What, can you tell me more about? Yes, anything you need, of course. I am in your debt as well, of course. Mutters to himself and leans on his staff. I now have a time limit, Cleric. In 200 years, the fragments of my wife's soul will leave this plane forever. Thus, I can no longer resurrect her. And it will take time, but it can be done. Anything can be done. Fuck yes. You need anything, just let me know. Why are this entire party is so motivated right now. Thank you, my green friend. That is very romantic, Iskorum. Wish you luck on your adventure. Thank you, Celestial. It's funny, last time I saw one of your kind, it was on the battlefield. I prefer this. As do I. Holy boy. Holy. Okay. So you don't enter the pillar. Oh! You wish to enter a closed gate? That is bold. I need to follow a rogue spellcaster inside. A suspected rogue spellcaster. Snail stares at you. I heard nothing. But if you need to enter a closed gate, that is no small feat, of course. But it's possible? Very much so. What lies beyond is not so much mystery as it a question of shape, tunnels, paths, cracks in the veil around Jor's realm. To enter is as simple as having a key, a blessed passing, or forcing your way through with a powerful spell. Gate, astral projection, wish. They can all break through, of course. With the current state of things, here in your time, it is clear all such methods would be difficult. Very difficult. You require assistance from creatures who have studied to understand its current shape. So not you? He lowers his head. Tut was a genius on planar travel. She could have helped you. Just stare at him. Oh right, Tut was your dead wife. Diabolical. Just stare at him. He glares you with one eye as the other falls upon his staff. You have made a great friend in me, Cleric. That will be rewarded. He gave me the staff? The staff? Grip it. You hold it out, feeling the power surge through the rough wood. It is called Maravesh, Staff of Strings. You may call it Staff of Tool and Cattle as a remembrance of my fallen people. It will be returned to me once you are finished with all of this. The crystal at the top lights up as he speaks. It's now attuned to you. If you wield it while dealing with this gate, it will grant you assistance, information, attunement, so on. Thank you, Antut. My dear wife's research can be found within its core. It will help you for sure. Thank you, Antut. As for you, who you should speak with, I have no idea. But unless you want to write a contract with some powerful devil or serve a far realm monster, you might not have too many good options. The only creature I know beyond my people who understood the mechanisms of the gate was the Gate Guardian herself, but she was ancient by the time I reached adulthood, so I would not count on her being around still. Gate Guardian? You talk about the Sphinx? Excuse me? Ulysses, the Sphinx. She's still around? Yeah, so you know her. The snail leans back, still reeling over this information. He's got an old friend in the city then. Good for him. I'll have to visit, so she's still in the lair. It's a tavern now. It's called the Drunk Sphinx. This is a strange area you've built for yourselves. Can't say I dislike it. In that case, I highly recommend you go speak with Ulysses. Unless you've made a fool of yourself before her, she might be inclined to help you getting into the gate crack. I would never do something like that. Flashback to when you spoke with Ulysses last. Oh, Jor. I'm sure with Maravesh, it will be fine. And if not, then maybe there's some other dark and oppressive magical creature you can persuade. Like that aberration called Everglide that lives in these tunnels, I'm assuming? Huh? He looks around. I should probably leave here soon if things have taken taken hold. So you're a wizard. Yeah, I am a learned toolin of the path of Jor. String master, string player, cold player extraordinaire. Might have missed a few areas, but I assure you we had reality warping powers in our times. By Jor, I sure sound like an old timer. Because he is. I heard that. Sorry. No worries, it's true. His eye stalks retract. I'm a wizard too. Are you now? Good to hear. It does make sense. Someone with a head so attuned to the string is usually either dipped in a soul river at birth or a powerful mage of some type. Maybe I'm all three. Or a crazy person. Maybe I'm all three. Wonderful. I was hoping this era of yours was acclimated for magic use as well, despite the past. That's all I have to ask about wizards. What do you know about a Yomestra? Yomestra, where'd you hear that name? His eyes stretch toward you. From an inanimate talking thing. A talking wall. Think about your amazing wall speechcraft. Chansey? That was the name of it, yes. Recall your conversation with the literal wall. That is the name of a founding shell, one of the first snails to be invited by Jor. The one who created the foundations of Tulankadal, Chansey the Seer. Huh. Think but it was in the wall. Yes. Could be an apparition, an animating spirit in the shape of Chansey's mind, or the very structure of the city you have built your home on is filled with spirits of my ancestors. How peculiar. His eyes slowly retract. I suppose I should tell you a story about Jor then. Please do. Slides around the floor as he speaks. What we know of Jor. The way the snail saying I was a mage made my cleric god-made wedgers literally vibrate with joy. Mine, it was just like, so you're a cleric, right? And it's just like, wait a minute. You're in my mind? Let me think incoherent things. And then Isk is like, please fucking stop. Just like, how could I make a joke out of this? And Isk is like, dude, I just found out my like wife was in prison for thousands of years. What we know of Jor, some is derived from early witnesses. Most, however, is recalled directly from his secret original apprentices. Jor's apprentices hid in the shadows as to not become targets during the invasion, so I imagine it comes as quite a shock to you that... Oh, no, we know about those. What? They're not secret, not anymore. Huh. There are 8 of them, did you know that? Yeah, it's common knowledge, one for each band. Right. Why did you ask then? I'm guessing she's one of the apprentices. Industry. No, we don't know their names, or at least I don't, just that there were 8 of them. Oh! In that case, let me tell you, Imeshra was the apprentice of Goodland. She was the first cord puller of Tulinkatl, speaker of Jor. Goodland. Oh, right, the translation must be confusing. That is the native term we use for this here slice or band. That is what you call it. You call it a scani. You knew this apprentice? She was my friend. Yom would travel from tower to tower whenever she visited the city. She was old, frail by the time I was born. Yet she traveled like no other. I was taught prestidigitation by her. Her own personalized version. No doubt you would ask me to teach you, but that would be impossible. Only she could be a good enough teacher to spread such a complicated cantrip. He lets out a pained groan. Disappearance was the first great omen of our people. My wife Tut was even closer to her. We missed her dearly. Did you speak with any other apprentices? I'm afraid not. Or perhaps lucky, not all of them were so friendly to the local populace, though most of them were simply destroyed during the Gate War. Why did she disappear? That's a very good question. One day she was there, the other day she was not. I was the last of our kind to meet with her. I found her acting peculiar, stressed. She asked me, Isk, how much would you wager on a shell flip, and waited for my answer. I told her I'd wager nothing important on such bad odds. A shell flip? It's when you toss a flat shell into the air and you see which side it lands on. It's a 50-50 fair game. He shakes his head. Yomestra, she accepted my answer and then left. I'm still not sure how to interpret such a strange question. But that was it. She was gone. The Gator of Ascan, our connection to Jor, gone. Soon after just a few years, Esuth burned it all down. Jeez. Snailman lets out a blubbering sigh. Since I've been given a second chance, perhaps we will find out one day. Can you teach me magic? Oh, teaching, that's not my specialty. If you have any questions, I can share my knowledge, but beyond that, I'm afraid I can only offer some spell scrolls. How do I learn high-tier magic? Time and effort, Cleric. I remember when we taught a batch of students about to rush into the wild to burn some fake creature with fireballs, they said they needed the experience. The wisdom of Jor teaches us otherwise. Repeated exercise does not build muscle memory. However, true experience is brought from novelty. Be interesting. Your future in high-tier magic will be born from that. What does Ebb mean? His eyes dart around. You want a definition? Yes, please. A demi-lich? Dangerous friends to have, Cleric, unless the world has changed by more than I imagined since I left. His eyes jitter a bit. Ebb is defined as an effect of anti-magic. Oh. It is when the flow of magic is ebbed, lowered, ceased. It is a word I do not like for many reasons. For one, it was a tool used by our enemies in the Gate War to sink Jor's realm. They wished to quell his strings. Then, of course, it was the dragon Esuth. His betrayal began by the casting of the horrid and terribly effective spell, the Power Word Ebb. A 9th level spell? Power Word Ebb put a clamp on Jor's strings. A large area, I believe up to 1,000 feet, becomes void of high-tier magics, and low-tier magic becomes unstable. It is no simple anti-magic field. It is not an area of suppression of magic. It is the literal editing of the strings themselves. It cuts off flow to the strings, flow from the past and future, a ripple of non-magic through time. I'll be honest, I have no clue what the exact parameters of casting such a spell would be, nor what the long-term effects are. But it does sound to me like your era has been affected by some terrible ebbings, for your strings seem to be, to me, as if they are indeed clamped and clutched, as if struggling to breathe. So you're saying someone has cast a bunch of ebb spells? That's a lot of questions. I say possibly, probably not really, and yes through time. This is of course only a theory of mine when it comes to esoteric effects, pockets, events, and so on. What makes an esoteric ebb so powerful is the sheer time frame of it. Consequences can be unfelt for centuries. That is what makes Jor's esoteric magic so powerful and so dangerous. No sane being can calculate beyond the third dimension. Not at least beyond some abstract and practical sense. We are not made for it. But that doesn't stop me from researching it, or at least until Esu did. Thank you. No problem. I know lecturer, so apologies if I'm ranting too much. Who are you voting for in the election? What? We have our very first election soon. You should vote. Voting, hold on. Do you select your leaders through election? We're starting to do it now, yeah. Fascinating. Is this an elective system for landowners or niggers? Everyone gets to vote, pretty much at least. You just need to live here. Huh. You shocked him. I did not expect something like that. Such a liberal paradise. Well, I am not one to judge these futuristic ideas. I must investigate. Tell me more. What do you vote for? Kings, governments, parties? With different ideologies on how to run the city in Norvik. Parties? How glib. The Asgulls are the future of the city. They're a party of egalitarianism, workers' rights, and unity. That's amazing. He lets out a blubbering noise. You are recognized by your peers as a staunch Asgallist. Listen to all of that. I would say I would actually vote for the Arcanists. Seems like they would be the most esoterically attuned party, which fits my ideals. However, in my experience, a group of wizards working together tends to end up being quite the mess, but my heart still leans in that direction. I'll have to go see for myself once it's time for that election. Let's have more blubbering noises. The snail's laughing at democracy. Rude. He has a fair reason to laugh at it. It will most likely be a messy process. Any spell scrolls? Only a dozen or so. They're deep in my shell. Any you're interested in? I can dig out and get one for you. He retracts one of his arms into his shell. Scroll of Astral Protection. You have a particular taste. That is not a spell you're even able to cast. Not without great unreliability. So that's a no? Of course not. Enjoy. He hands you the tingling paper with a casual nod and the intense power rushing through your arms as you grab it. It will tear a hole into you. Grasp it with your life. Considering the state of the world, it would not have the intended effect even if you did know how to cast it. So it's useful to me anyway. But I suggest studying it. Charm person? Sure. Protection from good and evil? Sure. Sadly, I do not have any divine spell scrolls, so that is a no, I'm afraid. How about Aura Vitality? That's an oldie. I was never too good at it myself, but saved my life a few number of times. Anything else? The snailman stares at you for a few seconds. No, you seem to have I've thought of all I am able to hand you, except what? Ace shrugs while slowly retracting his head slowly. What are you doing? Soon the snail is no more, and you are standing in front of a shell. That's convenient. Then as slowly as he retracted, he begins to leave the shell. Lurking for a meeting. I love this snail. Still have good meetings, dude. I hope you're having a good day. It is very, very good to see you. Ugh. Went over the esoteric attunements from your mind, Cleric. It appears that the only spell scroll you do not actively think about here, that you also do not have already memorized, would be this. He hands you a spell scroll. Wish? I'm sorry, what? Iskorum, that is a very dangerous item. That's not like the wish, is it? That is wish. However, you cannot memorize it at your current level of attunement. Attempting to cast it directly would also take, even at your level of talent, weeks, maybe months. And even if I did try and cast it, Wish is one of the few non-epic tier spells that can be widely shape reality. It is arguably the most powerful and versatile of all 9th level spells. It is so powerful, in fact, that it can easily cripple anyone who does not manage to cast it. The only true safe usage of Wish is to use its power to ask for the casting of another spell, 8th level or lower. You could ask for a weaker effect, which has been proven to be safe at times, but if you word your wish poorly and the effect is broader than you intended, then you are, as they say, screwed. That sounds awesome. Snailman lets out a blubbering sigh. I received that spell from a djinn I fought alongside during the war. It was a reminder to stay humble. For those who use it for personal gain, use it as a shortcut to greatness, it always ends up in ashes. I do not always listen to such ideals, but when it comes to that spell, I have respect for it. One of my teachers, the great Ritaios, used its power to shadow the hearts and souls of 100 ice devils. In the process, her entire being turned into a permanent esoteric pocket. I am giving this spell not to use Cleric, but as a reminder of your mortality. Just nod and put away the scroll. He makes a peculiar mouth movement. I like your fire. It burns bright. Anything else? I'm good. That's all I really have to ask for. What are you going to do now? I will build a base, a laboratory, somewhere in the city of yours, built upon our ruins. Any tips on where I should go? Lady Sageleaf is a local goblin chieftain. She could hook you up if you do something in exchange, I'm sure. Damn right. Oh yes, I see. This will help a lot. Thank you, Claire. Once I've established a foothold in this new era, I will return to my research, figure out how the strings have changed over the millennia, relearn my mastery of chords, collect the resources I need. Then, of course, he looks upwards. I will bind her fragments to the material world. I will return her to flesh, bring life into her once again. My dear sweet Tuatarma will be given her life once more. Then, if she will have me, I will build a life for us here, a life of peace, true, fair peace. Wish me luck. Good luck, dude. What a homie. What an absolute homie. I love that. I love that it's still the weave, they just don't call it that. Yeah. We'll call it what we need to. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Edir's freaking out. This is the unluck blade. Then we got that now. Plus intelligence. Grasping it gives you chill. I think I'm just gonna keep this actually. Because like my health is kind of, well, my wisdom is gonna be ass anyway, so might as well just commit to it. I gotta go home, dude. Is there an easy way out of here? Yo, let's chat. Hey, Everglad. How you doing, buddy? Long time no see. Dragon, hello. So polite. What secrets could I possibly give this thing? That's a difficult question to assess. Can you just make something up? What you want here is just for him to tell you why he was trying to kill you, right? That's the main secret, yes, however. I'm gonna make up a fake secret. I just have like ridiculous buffs for this, so I'm just gonna give him a fake secret. Right, clear your throat, shoulders back, head held high. It's time to lie. What kind of lie? The only type that works, the sort of true one. Raise your hand. I have a secret to trade. Oh yes, do tell. Hit him hard and not true. It should be about work, some industry secret that's kind of true, you know, embellish. Just say. Clear your throat, then speak. The towers have a secret registry of non-wizards, people who have encountered esoteric events. Oh, I've not heard of such a list. Why is it interesting? Improvise. There's almost no one who encounters only one event, despite their rarity. Oh, so it has shown that certain people hold esoteric attunement on their own. Potential sorcerers, perhaps. It's very interesting. Thank you for this knowledge. Now you wish to hear why. Why you sent a warlock to kill me. Lays out a grumble and squints its many and many eyes. Let me tell you about the Blood Tongue prophecy. That sounds ominous. A night dark as day some years past, a young scribe is overcome with maddening visions. On the morrow, the writing is recovered and kept secret by the council, yet the whispers of its content reach me nonetheless. Will not share its content in full, as that is an all too valuable secret, but I should share this one passage. Scent of Ukul knits flame a mist. Loyal death upon the day of suffrage consumed. Laid at the feet of necrotic doom. Necrocratic doom. 1,000 clamors for Ion's wrath. All wrought in sundered trove beneath stone. Their time itself, as witness standeth mute. First by west, south, east, then north, an esoteric era marked forth. It's like insane ramblings, yes. He opens his mouth and clicks his fangs together. It is as unlikely as it appears, confirmed to be a truthful prophecy, not yet come to pass, of course, as we are in fact in an esoteric era born true, since the ebb still lingers. So what does it mean? I wish the ebb to end. I saw in this prophecy my part to play. I saw the truth I could create. To bring about this fire to the legislative mass, a plot by the Mender's followers, the Ilum Elves. I chose to support a player in this game of intrigue, the one you seek, the rogue spellcaster you hunt. You know who I'm after? Of course, I know most things. Tell me now. He lets out a growl. You demand with such vigor, that is good. However, there is no secret you could give me that would be a valid exchange for me. Do not worry, you'll find out in time. So you tried to kill me to stop me from finding this rogue spellcaster of yours. His tentacles wrap around the cistern. Freya was to destroy this government cleric sent to investigate. To make sure the prophecy was given the space it needs to breathe, there was no doubt in my mind of this plan of action. Until you stepped into my chamber here, I see more than truth in you, it is obvious. I backed the wrong guy. Now I will look upon you instead, Ragan. Thanks. You're welcome. Bring me my esoteric era, Ragan. I am fully convinced you will. He is not interested in debate here. He's not even interested in your opinion. The guy literally just wants to watch you do whatever it is you're going to do. See you later, Master. Our work continues, Ragan. Bye. Goodbye, Master. Have a good day. Imagine having a Zoom meeting with that thing. I would like to have a check-in with you, Ragan. It's time for our daily stand-up, Ragan. I just want to go home and sleep now. Hello. I'm gonna try. No. I guess I could try and go to the top part of the pillar if I want to try and enter it. Yes, you should. Okay. Go home, man. Oh, you approach the entrance once more. This is the only way up. Okay, this time you know a safe path. The dungeon is only as dangerous as its lost navigator. Actually true. Like, you won't have any trouble doing this repeatedly. You are emerging at the top of the cliff. You've made it. Cool. Alright, take me home. Country road. Holy. What a day it's been. Boom. Paw prints. Boom. Alright, if people could like stop trying to kill me, that would be great. I need to go home, and I need to get a good night's sleep. Good Lord. Now we could go talk to the Sphinx before we go to bed. I think that would be a good use of our time. Yo! What's up, everyone? Sphinx takes a sip from her bale of wine. Little one, she says, and looks right through you. You tell me the riddle again? Chuckle, as many times as you want. Found within the arcane flare, twin tongues of flame that scorch the air. Burrow deep within the earth, a primal string to show your worth. Folks and gods and throngs and herds. I am a man divine. alone howls his words. I'm gonna need a sec here. I need help entering the Pillar of Jor. Now that was not a request I expected today. Might I ask why? Lean forward and whisper. It's gotta do with the tea shop. I see. How mysterious. Swing fonders your request while sipping on a wine. It's no small request, Cleric. Tell you what. Complete the riddle first, the difficult one. Perhaps I'll consider it. Ah! Fine, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna do one quick thing before I go to bed. I'm gonna go try and attune spells because I have a feeling. Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. Duck. Okay, let me look at my spells real quick. That's it. Primal, Arcane, Divine. We have all... Yeah. Because it's categories of your cantrips. Let's just go do it then. Okay, I'm gonna need to do it one more time. We're not going to bed just yet. I'm assuming it has to be in a particular order. Alright. One more time. Okay. Found within the Arcane Flare. Arcane, Primal, Divine. Okay. Arcane, Primal, Divine. So Dancing Light, Druidcraft, Thaumaturgy. Did I do it? I may need to do it during the day when there's nobody around. Okay, I'll come back in the morning and I'll do all that stuff. I thought, because it... Maybe I don't know maybe I don't know shit about fuck. That's okay. bedtime. We've been doing this for a little bit. Oh. Alright. Bye, Snell. Oh, boy. As you fall into the softness of the bedroll in this tiny tower. You feel tired, the kind of tired sleep won't fix. I know that's right. Finally, your star witness, Meriadoc Moonwatch. He told you about his sighting of this inevitable smoking man. Earlier you said a man divine, and I fully heard you say a man divines. You must follow. It is time to finish the job. Oh! Will you be able to complete this quest of yours? I'm trying, video game. That is where you will find your answers. Bro, I'm trying my best. Answers within strings. Oh boy. Amanda Bynes. Edir, what's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, I forgot I was trying to flirt with Edir. Maybe I can keep doing that. 2 days remaining. It's actually 1 day remaining. You should be embarrassed to get it wrong like that. Sick. Alright. Start my day. Edir, what's good? What's good? Cleric?
Get a load of
Day
that
4?
dog. Get
I
a
hardly.
load of that dog. Look at that dog. Get a load of that
42.
dog. Look at that dog. Woo!
Holy cannoli. Holy moly.
Day 4? I hardly know gunshot.
Thank you for the 42 months. I hope you're so good. It's so good to see you, dude. Oh, this dude's hanging out here now. What's up, brother? I got some business to take care of, but I'll be right with you. I'm doing so good. I'm glad. I hope the weather is fair where you are, at least as fair as it can be. You know? Staring at the wall, waiting for carrying to land. Been there. Been there. Yeah, surely I can go in, right? I have a key. Yeah. Alright. I'm here to solve the riddle. Maybe it needs to be spells. Sphinx takes a sip from her barrel of wine. Can you tell me the riddle again? She chuckles. As many times as you want, Cleric. Found with an arcane. Twin tongues of flame that scorch the air. Primal string. A man divine. Arcane, primal, divine. Can you give me a hint? A hint? You dare stand before a sphinx and ask a hint? Yes. She puts down her barrel of wine and leans in. You can ask questions, but no, you do not get a hint. Okay. I have to do something with you to solve this riddle, right? No. She winces. Damn it, that was a hint. You really get one hint. And she can make new rules? Man, she's drunk. That was your one hint. It is not something to do directly with me. So, not in like a dialogue with you or whatever. Got it. Something like that. She sips on her wine looking regretful. Where am I supposed to? No location-based questions. Do the actions I'm supposed to do have to do with anything? Please, that would be a hint. No such questions, please. So I'm supposed to do something, not just answer with a regular old word, right? Correct. Because I have to try some stuff. Trial and error, the most silly tactic I've seen over the years. She shrugs again, her cat shoulders sliding up and smoothly up and down. It looks surprisingly funny with her whole feline body thing going on. I'll get back to it, little one. Okay, maybe we need to try... Let me look at my spell book again. So it's Arcane, Primal, Divine. Arcane, Primal, Divine. Arcane is comprehend language is arcane. What is a primal one? Enhanceability is primal. So we could do comprehend languages, enhanceability, cure wounds. Alright, let me try that. No reason to cast that spell. I mean, what the fuck do you want? Could do speak with dead, sure. Ah. Oh! That's new. Okay. So we did that up here, and then we did... Oh! Oh, we have to do it up here! Oh! Awesome. Oh, this game. So I solved your riddle. My. Do go on in then, if you dare. Let's see that one more time, little one. Gulp. Oh my. Every night with you, the beyond. Oh my. Yeah, I'll trifle. Deck of many things. A deck. You're holding a deck of cards, yes. A deck of cards. Feels heavy in your hands. There's death in this deck. A sense of overwhelming power. Look at you. A voice in the beyond telling you, commanding you to close your eyes. Why should I? Close your eyes. The darkness wins. You do as it asks. Or perhaps the darkness simply accepts you as its own, as it envelops the rest of you. Deck of cards is still with you. Should I draw from it? You could do that. But it is wise not to. Am I dead? No? Not this time. But you've been moved. Ho ho ho. Open your eyes. As you do, you find yourself on the floor of the tavern. The Geno Sphinx sips on her wine barrel and laughs at you. You found it then, how interesting. In front of you on the ground, you see a fancy zinc container. Deck of many things is yours. Do with it as you please. So, about the pillar. Deck of many things. That is your reward, yes. But first I must congratulate you. Very well done, Cleric, for solving my riddle. It was a fun riddle. Fun? Sure, I'll take it. Should have preferred something like what a difficult and illustrious riddle you crafted, O great Sphinx, Ulzis, alas. She sips on her wine. The esoteric challenge of it is the biggest hurdle, of course. And while I want to avoid inflating that ego of yours, little one, you do have quite the mastery over strings, or at least at the very least some type of natural inclination. Not the first to say that, nor will I be the last. She purrs out her next sentence as she leans in. Now, as for the deck. Yeah? Yes? I am destined to warn you, Cleric. There are a few who have drawn those cards. Some will spell fortune, some death. It is the biggest gamble of your life, and you will never know the true odds. If you are willing to throw everything away to grasp for that small sliver of potential, then draw. Otherwise, I suggest leaving it be. Once you do draw, or whether once you stop drawing, you will return to the confines of the vault. How many cards can I... Wait, what do you know? Do you know all the cards do? Some of them. I've been around for quite a while after all, but I'm not allowed to say much. I can just tell you some of the highs and the lows. Fortune and death. How many cards can I draw? As many as you wish. Remember, several of them will either kill you or completely destroy your life. So I suppose it's more likely until you draw one of those. Thanks for the info. I need help entering the pillar. Now, that was a request not a request I expected today. Might I ask why? It's got to do with the tea shop. I see. How mysterious. Sphinx ponders your request while sipping on her wine. That is no small request, Clerics, but since you have proven yourself worthy, perhaps a gate shall be braved by this mortal despite the era. She smiles. Oh, thank you. It's appreciated. Don't get ahead of yourself. She puts down her wine barrel. Each gate has an attunement, a fine attunement, a very specific series of strings. One way to sneak in through the cracks is to carry a key, one attuned to those strings. Bring me a gemstone, Cleric, an emerald to be precise. I shall attune it to the pillar's gate, allowing you to pass through. Where can I find one of those? Good question. They're quite expensive after all. But unless you've got the funds, I suppose I was just looking in what people call the city below. There are many treasures hidden in there. And you'll turn it into a key? More or less, yes. Oh yeah. Just like that? She shrugs. Okay. I will go and find one of those gemstones. I wish you luck then, Cleric. You saw one down in the crypt in Bondaval's Doom. Considering its madness, the Demi-Lich will either fight you for it or simply hand it over. Okay. Let's go get Snell, and then we'll go talk to Bondaval. I need an emerald, buddy. Now you're here. What the hell-y? Snell. Let's go, buddy. Morning, Cleric. Goblin rubs his eyes, ready to head out. Usually head out at this time, so yeah, I'm ready. Shredder is too. If we head down again, we'll join your path on the Undercoast. We'll join your party in the Undercoast path. Let's go talk to Bondaval now. Let's not. We are not beating around the bush today. We have a direction. We have priorities. We're gonna keep going. All right, brother. Bondaval, just don't be weird. Excuse me, duck. Yo! Wait, Bondaval's over here, right? Yo, Bondaval! I see you got an emerald there, pal. Skull floats in front of you with a permanent smirk and wide-eyed jewels. Cleric! So loud. Yeah, that. Can I have that emerald? For what? I'm gonna ask the local Sphinx to turn it into a key for me to enter the beyond, through the Pillar of Joy. That sounds absolutely crazy. You will die by following such a road. Great. Grabs the emerald with his teeth, making a clicking noise, then tosses it into your chest. Go wild! You are unsure if this guy was ever smart or if it's just his mind slipping into his undeath fugue state. Either way, a win for you. Okay, bye, Bondaval. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for being so chill, dude. We're well set up now. We have so many directions we can go. I see a thing up here? Excuse me. Oh, never mind. That's just exposition. It's fine. Alright. Oh, Sphinx. I have a key for you. That was quick. Little one. I need help entering the Pillar of Jor. I see. May I? This fixed Sensapa? Sure. Yes, there it is. She grips it between her two claws, holding it up to her large cat-like eyes. You have a vision, a terrified mouse hanging by its tail. Sure you know what you're doing? You're a funny little human, aren't you? She hands the gemstone back to you. Huh? It's done. I've attuned it. Oh, no magic spells? The Esoteric is not always so showy, you know. Says the massive Sphinx drinking out of a barrel. She lets out a purring laugh. Take this stone to the pillar and it will allow you entrance. In fact, it will remain open for any of your companions as well. She quickly mumbles something to herself. Hope to see you again, Cleric. Cleric, if you survive the journey. Thank you! Alright. Let's fucking go. I think we're beating the game today, y'all. Maybe. Maybe not. Surely we just zoomed through the rest of this. Violet, have good lurks. Alright, so this is clearly the top, right? Pillar of Jor towers before you. It whispers to you unintelligibly. So someone went inside this thing, huh? Yes. It appears so. You have to be very careful if you want to follow into a gate like this, but you can do it. Here we go. If you do this, there's no going back. The gate might never allow you to return. Make sure you have finished all your other quests. I have not. But don't worry too much about loose ends unless you're going to act all quest obsessed. And check up on your consumables and so on. You don't want to run out and beyond. Are you ready? Your soul is ready. This is the point of no return. You'll be giving a free long rest once you choose a method of entering the pillar. You will need it for the journey to come. Those thoughts out of the way, how do you wish to enter the pillar? Using the gemstone from Olzus would lock you into a path, but it could take some time to activate it properly. As you deliberate over your situation, Etir descends from above. She is ready to go with you. Just chilling here, Etir? I saw you approach, Cleric. I'm ready to depart at your call. Happy to have you, Miss Angel. Do not call me that. You shouldn't call her that. This journey will be a tough one, yet I'm confident we shall succeed. Our many eyes focus on the pillar. Another world to brave, so let it be. Not ready yet, that's okay. I believe you. Watch Etir ascend. She is more than ready, like whenever. She's very talkative, that angel. Anyhow, go prepare whatever you need, then let's do this. Oh boy. I have a lot of... Okay, completed. I'm gonna take root in some stuff. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Push over the line, destroying each worthless monster in the way. That's how you get ahead in life. Aggressive competence with a stoic demeanor. Where's this thought coming from? From you. As the adrenaline wears off, as the world comes back into perfect regular clarity after such a deeply euphoric fight, you're standing here, realizing you are on top. That is where you're supposed to be, the most competent man around. I would love to never fight another troll in my life. Do not say that. You do not mean it. This taste of pure, near-instant, blood-misted death has got you hooked. You need more. More fights. More near-death experiences. More romance. Romance? The manly kind. Knights chasing down tyrannical dragons. Damsels being carried to safety. Empires falling and kingdoms rising. Men with goodness in their hearts bearing the burden of reigniting spirits. Breaking darkness, smashing evil. You have finally reached that point. The point of actually feeling like a professional cleric. Finally. Feels like you might be leading in the wrong direction here. The goal isn't to break yourself for some illusionary audience. That's true. It's, oh yes, risk assessment, baby. Larger that creature is, the more you should be getting paid. Not in troves of loot. That shit's a nice bonus, but you gotta get in on this paper before you dive in. Get this on paper before you dive in. If you ever fight in a troll again, you'll be doing so for a maximized hourly rate with every possible gruesome death calculated into that final price. Your life on the line, that pouch is getting fat. Them's the rules. Not for sale. Could you even say that without a straight face? With a straight face? Clerics are in high demand, especially these days. Clerics with your kind of esoteric know-how? Invaluable. I do like getting paid a livable wage. Oh yes, the towers were infamous for their tight budgets after all. Gotta make a living somehow. Taking the gamble for pay is good, sure. But actually live to tell the tale, for that, you need more than luck. You need the luck of the fool. Yes, please. Every time you head down here, it's a gamble. Every time you take on a job. And there will surely be even more ruthless jobs in that troll in the future. You will roll the die. That die being a 50-50 chance of death and destructions. What did the red one call it? Getting blood misted? Instantaneous smashing. That's it. That's what you're risking every time, so embrace it. Focus on being really, really lucky. Honestly, Lucky Ted sounds great. You've survived long enough on gut and feeling and ultimately pointless gambles. It's time to calculate your odds. Tell me more. As you clearly evaluate each time you take on a challenge, your outcomes are quite extreme. It appears you are just as likely to succeed in an unlikely and extreme manner as much as you can commonly find yourself in radical and rather terrible failure. I don't agree with that assessment. Then you're wrong. Even by recognizing your personal skill level involved in any particular task, the overwhelming power of chance is evidently your clearest ally. This is bad. Instead, let us lean upon the strings for balance, a tightly strung balance, one born out of a beautifully carved yet balanced bell. A bell curve? Yes. Yes! If you before had an equal chance of each outcome, which is quite volatile, this would instead allow you to take control of the outcome, aligning each attempt around the center, the average. This would reliably increase your odds of succeeding at tasks you are equipped to handle, while dramatically decreasing your failure at those you are not. I understand what this means. Obviously, it's quite rudimentary. Of course, this would impact both you and your opponents. Draw strings are universal, after all. I'm ready to make a decision. I'm going to do the luck of the fool. These are the tools of the trade. Each will help you in some way. Your choice is here to focus on one path. Luck of the fool. You'll be very happy about this the next time you're about to stub your toe. Thus it goes. Guess I'm a troll killer now. Hell, yerp. Alright. Questing tree again. Take root in the easy riddle. A great esoteric mystery, a conundrum, the Millennium Vault. Wasn't that hard to get open, of course, because you're a genius. The secrets were hidden in the darkness, but you saw the light ahead. That was a pillar. Jor, thinking about that big light you saw in the darkness of the vault. Yes, what other pillars are there? I'm sure there's many, but it was a pillar, one of the four. Reaching through the earth, through the coast, but it was entirely made out of light. That is its true form. It is not material in nature, it goes beyond. Remember what the gods did, the true gods did, when they arrived in this realm. They attempted to destroy Jor for selfish or selfless reasons. No matter which, that is what they did. But if Jor controls his gates, it only makes sense from the purely strategic viewpoint that those gods would be desperate to manufacture their own pathways. Their own gates. That's crazy. All truth seems mad until it is proven. If these gods have their own gates, then why are they shut? Why place a sphinx to guard this one? Why place a relatively speaking simple magic item inside as some type of reward? It does not appear reasonable. What if Olcest is just fucking around? She could have been abandoned by her gods, left alone on a role without purpose. She could have gone insane, coping via riddles while humming this role as a guardian of this vault, a vault without a master. However, this appears unlikely. Her role may very well be self-appointed, but you have collected no evidence of her irrationality. Though she will clearly never share the truth with you, if there is another truth to be shared, not now at the very least. Maybe someone took over the vault with the when the outer gods were forced out. If that is the case, and this gate is used as some type of storage facility, that would be rather silly. Then again, it is currently used as a permanent storage facility for that deck of many things, which is rather silly. Gods can be pretty silly after all. They can. Gods are just as flawed as their followers. Considering the religious nutjobs you met, that's a horrifying realization. Is a deck of many things a key of some kind, included the real nature of the vault? That could be the case. Deck of many things is an item with a very high degree of randomness involved with the outcomes. Whoever placed it there could have done it to play a proverbial prank on the mortals who reach inside, or it could be a test. If fate is to be a deciding factor, perhaps fate is the key to finding the correct card in the deck. Either way, your life is far too precious to throw away at such a dangerous game. Do not draw any card at all if you act in any way as smart as you are. Could I have gone deeper? Could the vault be an actual gate to the worlds beyond? No. The boundaries of that place were tightly knit. The strings were all around you, holding you in place. The vault is a piece of the beyond. For whatever reason, you were not allowed to use it as anything but. I won't get any real answers, will I? You will not. However, if you keep thinking about it, you will eventually come to a conclusion. You are a genius after all. Simply keep scribbling in the margins, keep working on your esoteric knowledge, and the truth will be revealed. Honestly, this whole thing just makes it obvious. This is all about magic items. A deck of many things, sure, but also all the other shit you collect. You've got one hell of a connection with the strings, right? Well, maybe that visit in the vault gave you exactly what you needed to connect even more, like a ley line hook. Millennia Guardian, Sphinx holding the beyond. Your body is deeply entwined, pierced, coploid. Enhance your body further, drink more potions. You could also follow the tinkle, a positive tinkle. As your body collapses, your breath is lost, and your feet fall into the earth. Your healing will always be there to bring you back. Your magic hands, your empathetic magical hands. Creepy. Idiotic. Focus on research, power through knowledge, not by filling yourself with hag liquids or by giving your soul to only positive forces. Understand it, wield it, master it. That is the path of learning the truth. Let's pick one of these. Positive tinkle. The world will thank you. As will your poor bones. Finish thinking about this esoteric event. Okay. Any more? Gate of Jor. There's a few quests that I haven't found. Made it back to the office safe. Work and lurk. Let's go. One more. I think we're good to go. There's like a handful of quests that we haven't gotten, but like I'm not too bent out of shape about it. Who would have imagined such a thing? The beatings of life upon the shore. Each with it was a wave another painful twinge. The heart laid square, blood in veins, fear in glands, peace upon the earth. The smoking man on the pillar. I have the key. I'm ready to dive in. Diving is down. This is up. Secret laid bare. Soon-ish. Which method? I'll use Olz's gemstone to open the way. Creature of ancient breath, its wisdom worth wrought in divine slop, grand vision, little love, drunk on life and its promises. She is not a force of good, no longer. Now, but she is a spirit for barrels and drink. The path forward lay clear nonetheless, as your journey comes to a close. But, who is the man? The smoking man? Oh my god. It's the seagull, that monster. Your gut is telling you, no, that is untrue. Not the case. False. That was just a random guess, so yeah. An arrow in the dark, however. Lost. Happy Thursday. Tuesday. Oh my god. Happy Tuesday. But also have a happy Thursday when it comes around. In that you shall find the dark belly of the soul, that which hides within and spews without, as will you, the heart, that beating thing which dreams of a world without strife. One of love and community, of friends, one friend, dear, oh dear, hard at meet. It is very close now. It almost makes you think of what you will find in a different light, a question of broader implications. In effect, why did this happen? What is the burning stake of this quest, drawn into your flesh? It's what it is. What is it actually about? Is it so simple of a question? That thought that causes your muscles to tense and cramp. The question you've been asking yourself since you were 5 years old. What is a good man? Does it seem they're all dead and buried long before your time? Ready to make a decision. Dark belly of the soul. The rumbling will stop only once the ending comes. Survive until then, you will do it. You'll look the end is near. Oh, I gotta take the cartridge back to Medusa. I have not located the missing paladin. I have not gotten a date yet. we'll bring him the cartridge. And then we'll head in. We gotta know our limits, stay within it. I think this is it. Yeah, okay. As you enter the sweaty apartment with the ink cartridges in hand, you encounter a rock and a hard place. The rock being a red-faced dwarf and the hard place being the unyielding stubbornness of a teenage girl. You'll ruin a decade's worth of goodwill. The dwarf slaps the newspaper page against his massive forehead. For what? Forehead slapping is a dwarven national pastime. The girl snatches it from the dwarf's hand. Show me a single thing that's false. I dare you. It's not truth or falsehood that matters. It's the content of the messages. The dwarf mutters to himself, noticing you approach. Mr. Cityman? Got your special ink here. Great, thanks. She takes a step towards you and quickly grabs a set of ink cartridges. Look, Alphaz, the cleric just allowed us to reach the entire city. She holds up the paper to his rocky face. They need to hear this. I got access to the warehouse. It was pretty hard. I had to... Do you know how much the palace would love to see an article like that? Do not put me in a position where I have to tell the foreman to denounce the chant. For folk. Bah! Step in. Solving this conflict will be a good finish to this fetch quest. I feel like I need to step in here. Do you now? The dwarf growls. He then takes a deep breath, rubbing his hand. I apologize. We're having an issue. I'm just trying to... Mr. Cityman, please enlighten us. What does the law say on criminal incitement, specifically in print media? Practically, it's always and it depends. Give me a... I'm sure they'd be fine with it. He scoffs. You sure about that? Look, Alphaz. Look at where we are. I'm in a closet with this goddamn esoteric mess of a machine blowing hot air up my ass. The city already guts us at every turn. The protests at the towers, your PPG problem. That bullshit with the Silkers Guild, they'll never work with us. Now's our only attention. We have the people's attention. It's time to drill it into their heads that they have the power here. You're missing the entire picture, girl. She's clearly being unreasonable. Bah! Across the Psalms, you're correct. The people have the power here, and we use that power responsibly by creating lasting, lawful change. If you keep writing about violent revolution, the average person will think you're crazy. And even worse, if you push for all this other social relation crap. It depends, mention. People be saying things so definitively, and I'm like, I don't know, man, it depends. Crap? What, is feminism also just an ignorant reworking of Asgal's ideals? No, it's... The dwarf takes a deep breath. You know I am very much in favor for pressing down hierarchies, but to put such a threatening stance on the way people have lived for centuries, it's not wise. It's not wise to tell women and oppressed minorities that they should have rights. They have rights. We have universal suffrage. Norfolk is the most egalitarian city on the coast. We've spent decades working on that. Universal suffrage, sure, but 9 out of 10 guild leaders and businesses are human men. She taps her finger to list off her talking points. Women earn lower salaries across all work sectors. Citizenship is withheld from other folk types on the basis of so-called monstrous traits. Halflings are constantly extradited to the Horde, while every major faction ignores their pleas. Mind control being used somehow as a legal tool of the state. And despite the outcalls over and over, none of the four folk have even begun to address any of our core demands, and don't even get me started on rights among MGIs, the femme beard debacle, or your refusal to stand by Olivar. She taps her index finger against his chest with every word. Cross. Folk. Attraction. Couples. Stare at them both. We have toiled, Medusa, he mutters, his voice weak and dry, decades of worth, all to reach this point. You'll throw it all away if you try to play their game. You know, the party is not even behind even half of these ideas. The party doesn't have vision, that's why we're not winning. We have as many voters as the Free Straddles, potential for more. You think the numbers matter? After all you've seen, they don't care. We will make them care. Bah! The dwarf takes a step back to catch his breath. All the other workers in the apartment just seem to go along as per usual. Figure out why Medusa really won't tone it down. Go to Medusa. Tell me what's going on. An article. That's it. She holds it up. It's a good message. It's what the city needs. I agree. Too bad my captain over there doesn't agree. She gives a mocking laugh and glares at Alphaz. Come on, help me out here, will you? Well, you want me to cast a spell on him? No, gods no. I mean, it wouldn't work, would it? For a few minutes maybe, but no. I have to make it sure. Okay, that worked. She hates them. She hates how she's been pushed down by them all her life. She hates how powerless she feels all the time, every day. Every time she walks down the street and someone looks at her funny, every time someone asks what's going on to grow up to start a family instead of playing around in some Asgalis LARP outfit, you see it in her eyes. Hate and anger, anger from endless systematic injustice. What are you looking at, she says with a scoff. You don't need this article, Medusa. The system is unfair, yes, but you don't trust Alphas to change it. Change it yourself. You're on the right check. Keep it up. She stares at you. If you publish this, they'll push you out and everyone like you. Your voices will be silenced in the years to come. Instead, speak out slowly bit by bit until your ideas are accepted as truth. She clicks her tongue and looks over with Alphas with a frown. Then she glares at you. Not today, but tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Fine. I'll change it. I'll rewrite the article. Thank you, the dwarf says and closes his eyes, but I'm not happy about it. I'm sorry, but really, thank you, Medusa. Alphas goes to his comrades to begin the final process of the machines. She grunts out. You had the ink, right? Mr. Cleric, hand her the ink. She quickly is over with it with a stern face. Green? Really? They didn't have any black. Well, shit. I'll mix it out with what we have. Should make it readable still. Green is at least thematically relevant. She shrugs. Medusa pours it into the machine. Thanks for this. We'll actually be able to reach that last potion of order before the election now. And sorry for the mess. I shouldn't apologize really, but her voice trails off as she stares at the components of the printer. It's an ideological battlefield. Keep fighting. She keeps working on the machine. Okay, bye. Oh, it was tense in there. We're taking root. Oh, the heart pumps blood to all veins. A fully interconnected series of stops, each necessary for survival of the whole. All stops must accept that blood. They can never be cut or clogged, or the entire system collapses in an instant. This is the weakness of the egalitarian dream as well as its strength. Unity and spirit at both rise and fall. A beautiful idea. Truly lovely. Asgalism was born in the condition of twos. The first, a literacy of the masses created in various forms across different cultures during the Arcane Era. The second, a deep enough divide in wealth between the masses and their masters. Feudalism holds deep and fast due to the inability for its serfs to understand the functions of their system, to see their own shackles and how to break them. The more advanced governmental structures of both federated magedoms, parliamentary republic, and constitutional empires all grow partly due to their bourgeoisifying nature and modern city-state industrial developments. In this, some states hold out better than others. Some floating cities in Old Diminor, specifically that of the Shadow Lord, would grant access to magical food to all the lower classes. Others would offer free education for all children, no matter their birth, in order to find those gifted in the art of the esoteric. Actions like these, along with a steadily rising quality of life, prolonged the spread of working-class resentment. However, Roigfall Empire had no such luck. The kingly line had sat on the forge throne for hundreds of years. Their monarchical, autocratic ways were roughly burrowed into every cavern and fungus farm, and their population, though through developments of the Arcane Era trickling down the cracks of the earth, the already massive dwarven populace exploded. Within a generation, it doubled. Approximately 30 million dwarves lived in the Empire by 440 AE, the vast majority of them living in absolute poverty. Starvation was rampant in times of rot and conflict. Heavy taxation mixed with little to no protection from monsters or raids meant that life for the serfs was hard and rough. It was in these conditions a man was born and raised, his dreams filled with one thing, emancipation, the right of every dwarf to his own hammer. That man, Asgal Ashmax. The birth of Asgalism. What a story. Technically goes back even further. What Asgal did was gain access to books by banned dwarven scholars, gnomish thinkers, and Norrøn philosophers, all pointing him towards his own brand of radical egalitarian ideology. Asgalism exploded with Asgal and his revolution, yes, but it was born as early as the Divine Era. If these dreams had lingered in the minds of all folk for as long as there have been shackles, and they have been documented about for as long as there have been paper to write on. Yet it took a walking god to push the oppressive regime back. Asgal wasn't a god, he was a man. Asgal was a man blessed by a divine force. He was no god, yes, it is true, despite what many say, that he used great esoteric power and strength to lead his revolution. What happened then? Many dwarves died during the initial fighting. Many more died during the first years of the AFF. They died for a good cause. That is the point of contention for you and many others. Asgalism had a slow start. The dwarves quickly pulled out of the Coast War, leaving the VK behind, but with that, many dwarves were put back into the workforce and reunited with their families after decades of warfare. Economically, they were unable to manage such a sprawling set of states directly, but the fungus farms and vast cavern valleys were handed to the people who worked on those lands, instead of the greedy nobles who once lorded over them all. Asgal took steps in the right direction even as all forces in the world pushed against him. It was worth it. Not for the AFF itself, but then for the coast, but then for the dreams that sprung around the coast. Today, Asgalism in all its form, along with the lessons of the Folkham, show us a brave new path. That of a softer Asgalism, that of democratic socialism. Good compromise. It is. The argument against social democracy in the Asgal circles is simple, however. It does not do enough. The forces of capital easily consume and co-opt the socialist goals. They did just this in Salvani. Four was taken in by the Free Striders as a free city. Norvik itself is under the same threat. As such, it remains a debate. The dwarves, who have made a great cooperation with humans of the city, all have converted to this nicer form of slow incrementalism, a social democratic ideal. In this unity between humans and dwarves, you also see this grander vision of an egalitarian future, but there is no greater example of the post-folk type exclusivism. But at the same type, the younger, more hot-headed Asgalis also have a dream of their own, one of truly owning the means of production post-haste, like Asgal intended. So the question remains, you have dealt with it firsthand in the past. Should Norvik embrace radical Asgalim or continue down the path of social democracy? We need radical change. We need radical change or the Free Striders will win. Think what you will, say what you can, but the Asgalis have at the very least mastered the modern pathways of communication, the copper press. Those mad Asgalis are utilizing it just as they could to influence the mind of the populace. During better times, the Arcanists would do as such in more direct ways, of course, but the irony of that is lost upon these poor fools. If anything, you can learn from watching their mass media propaganda in motion. Sharing of ideas is very different from mind control. You would think that. However, in statistical analysis, the difference is all the smaller than one would assume. Printing of ideas is the second step towards emancipation, the realization of a better world. They are enduring. Cast out from below, exiled from their homeland, spread across the land, above and beneath. Like agrarians, they seed the earth, growing a weed of a fertile wheat you do not know. That is the Asgalian endurance. A weed, surely, as such, the land requires a proper cleansing at some point. Not a weed, a fungus, feeding a family of 16 dwarvelings all hungry from working the fields, and they do not have enough to feed themselves. Their neighbors will share what they have. That is the dream. That is the communal spirit of Asgalism. All right, I might have to sign for something real quick. What was the green one telling me about? Unity between humans and dwarves. Let's do that one. Pick human dwarf unity. It shall continue ever on. In a society in which folk type is only a suggestion and not a barrier of any kind. Stop thinking about Asgalism for now. Alright. Now we can go. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know what this package is. I just got a notification over email that, like, you're getting a package from work. And I'm like, okay. So I just knew to expect it today, but I don't know what it is. Whoa! There are multiple things in here. There's like, what the fuck? Dude, that's actually pretty sick. Hey! That's fun. Hey! That's cool. Okay, so yeah, it's from work. It's from hockey. Okay, let me bring this. Let me bring this screen up. So, I got, because I'm working the playoffs, we got a Stanley Cup playoff hat, which is cool. And also because I worked a game, one of the Sweden games. I worked it remotely. Yeah, it's literally a work PR package. Because I worked one of the Sweden games, I got the global series from when they were in Sweden, which is super cool. And then, oh, it's a vest? Sure, man. League vests, which is cool. I'm not sure when I will ever wear this, but sure, man. It's like thin. I don't think I've ever like owned a thin vest before. What else is this? This is a quarter zip? Work quarter zip? Sure. Got Stanley Cup on the arm. Hell yeah, brother. Cool. And we got one more thing. A pin. You can clearly tell this was packaged by someone by hand because this is in a Ziploc bag. It's a Stanley Cup pin, which I'm not sure I will ever use. And this is a little early, but it's a Stanley Cup playoff puck. The blue is nice. I love free shit. Thanks, work. Thanks for the PR package. Cool. Very, very cool. And also, fun fact, these are the types of hats, because they're 47 brand, and they're cleanup hats. So these are actually the types of hats that I normally would buy anywhere. I'm so fucking blue. Just notice my bulletin board picture. Oh, yay, free stuff. Cool. Very, very cool. I'm so fucking blue. I'm so fucking blue. Alright. We are officially back. We are not dead in Miami. Ah! My carpet! So fucking blue. Alright. It's time to go in the fucking pillar. Oh, I want my hood back up. I need the safety of wearing a hood. Alright, we're going in now. Path of no return. My soul is ready. Alright. Use the Sphinx attuned gemstone to open it. Here we go. As you take out the gemstone, you feel it tingling in your hand. Ulysses was very much correct. The emerald is now attuned to the pillar. It throbs excitedly as you bring it closer. I hate that wording. Come on, seriously? In an instant, you watch it begin to fade. Look at the gem. Within seconds, the stone is almost translucent in your hand, then gone as if it's turned to thin air. In your mind, a voice whispers to you in an alluring tone. It will take some time, Cleric. Just wait a moment. The gate shall open soon. Oh my god, you're in my head? This is a pre-recorded message. I cannot respond to you. I placed it within the attunement strings. Nifty, right? Anyway, this should be enough. I think it's limited to 50 word, which is... The voice goes silent. Oh, I love this game, dude. Probably meant to end that with more than enough. The goblin laughs. Was that 50 words? It was. You have time. Use it to rest. Last chance. You sure you want to come with us now? He says nothing for a while. The goblin just looks up at the pillar. Yeah. I don't know. It might seem crazy, but from everything I've seen so far, if I just leave this be, if we don't pursue this guy, something terrible will happen. I can't be alone in thinking that. You're not. Figured. We can do this. I'm ready. You still into this whole helping mortals thing yet, here? I am assisting your investigation on all non-city environments. Yes, this includes the far realm and its many spatial formations. Right. Yes. Give her a thumbs up. She nods. How about you, Meek? You ready to head into the beyond? Sorry, where? The beyond. Meek has clearly not been paying attention to current events. Is this danger for Meek? Potentially. It is scary, but... Okay, Meek will guide Cleric past any trap. The trap is... There's a trap in beyond, right? Of course, there are all kinds of nasty traps. Yeah, great. Meek will help. Gods, I need to sit down. Do not worry, Snell. There are surely no folk-made traps in that place. Only beasts of the far realm. Great, thanks. I'd like to unsubscribe from far realm facts now, please. I'm not a subscription service, Snell. Goblin hunches down and closes his eyes, taking deep breaths. Seems really dangerous even for me. You must go, there's no doubt. Man does his duty no matter the cost. It's risky. Might pay off, but it's risky. Maybe you'll just have a nice talk. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, the pillar. Yeah, it's very large, yes. Alright, free long rest time. You feel the pillar rising above the clouds beneath the earth, piercing the veil of something beyond. You are ready. Snell takes a deep breath. Am I ready? No. Alas, you shall do it nonetheless. Use the gemstone. Holding out the emerald, it does not appear magical. It does not glow nor any type of esoteric tinkle until you bring it closer to the surface. Touch the pillar.